Greetings, folks. Welcome to another one of these Hamfest videos. The first one of the year 2025. It's after midnight and should be in bed because I gotta get up tomorrow in order to do this, but I'm waiting for this to be done the spin cycle at least. Probably just the spin cycle, which is what it's on right now. Where we're going is actually somewhere different, unsurprisingly, but from the looks of things on their website, from what it says here, this is their first one for the Kempville Amateur Radio Group. So that ought to be interesting. It's either going to be really neat or a total bust. I don't know. Or something in between. Like I said, I really don't know. It starts at 9. So I guess I don't have to get up too early or anything like that. But we'll see how this Hamfest video does. Be kind of interesting. Because it seems like every time I upload Hamfest videos, either nobody watches it or everybody hates it. Again, I don't really understand or profess to know where any of that comes from, because it's like a thrifting video almost. And people love thrifting videos, at least if they're done by people not named me. Which again is a very interesting trend. I don't really know where any of that comes from, but that's the way that it is. And I have people argue with me over that all the time. Yeah, you look at the numbers and you say what it does. Like craziness, and people arguing with me over that. But anyway, back on topic. I'm getting these charged up because I'm going to probably use them with the camera, or the camera I plan on using, which I think I have with me. Yeah, this one. Just a piece of junk, but you know, it'll do the job for what I need it to do. So I'll have to edit this in post, because I have known and figured out from trying these things already. This is a different pair than I normally use for these camera glasses, but trying them already, I know that the audio is way too quiet on them, and I need to find a way to raise the audio level and make it reasonable. So as far as the actual Hamfest itself, and maybe this is where a lot of the dislike comes in from these, is I don't generally show the inside of the venue. A lot of that comes from the fact that I'm a little on the gun-shy side, and taking a pair of camera glasses and gawking around at people's setups is a little weird, at least in my mind. If it were me, I wouldn't care, but the problem is people do care. And I don't want to have to be asking each and every person, hey, are you okay with a video being... It's pointless. You might as well just not show it. And part of the reason why I go is to kind of enjoy the event. So taking video is secondary. Based on the map, I will probably have to leave here at like 8:30 at the latest. So... But that's not too bad. There's a lot of Hamfests out there that start at 7 o'clock in the morning, and boy howdy, am I glad this isn't one of them. But does mean I gotta wrap things up for tonight, pack it in, and get to sleep. So I will be right back, thanks to the magic of video editing, when it is morning. Okay, it's morning. It's about 8 o'clock right now, on what looks like a beautiful day here in March, and I am doing the prep work to leave here. Still a little on the tired side, if you couldn't tell. I did remember that these camera glasses actually have a setting for adjusting the microphone volume, so I probably will do that going forward. But at least for this video, I can probably edit this audio in the video editor. I haven't really determined if I can even put these files in my video editor, but conversion is a possibility. I'd rather not do that because then you lose the quality, but my best guess is that what we're going to find is probably nothing but ham gear. And that's certainly fine. It's a Hamfest, but it's not really what I go in search of, and people probably think kind of weirdly of someone who doesn't have his license yet attending a Hamfest, but the latest I can leave here, I think, is 8:25. I think the last time I looked at the map, it's going to take about 34 minutes to get there, so we'll call it 35 minutes. Boy, I'm sure hoping that sun is not going to be... I don't think it is, because I'm going that way. So should be good. Shouldn't be too much blinding sunlight. Okay. Like I said, it is a beautiful day out today. It's too bad we're on this ice, though. Well, it'll be gone soon enough. It's supposed to get up to 10 degrees today. Pretty crazy to think about that. Just a couple weeks ago it was like minus 20. Now, I do realize that I forgot one thing already, and that was my paper instructions, how to get there. So, hopefully, with any luck, I won't need them. Let's get this bus on the road. Tell you're in the right place with all the antennas. Boy howdy, this place is jam-packed. Alright. So I guess I better get started, eh? Okay. I've done my rounds. I think I've done a couple of them. And wowie, it's busier than I expected, and there's a lot more stuff than I expected. I have come away with a bit of a haul here. This, I'm kind of having a little bit of second thoughts about it, but it was cheap enough, so whatever. But, yeah. This was the most expensive part. I'm still kind of kicking myself for capitulating to give what I gave for it, but better than eBay, so... In fact, it's way better than eBay, so I guess I don't feel too bad. I'll fix that so that keyboard's not going to get destroyed. Now I gotta figure out how I'm getting out of here, because there's this giant snow mound in the way. Fortunately, the parking spot next to me is empty. Alright, we are back. Like I said, I keep saying, this beautiful, absolutely gorgeous day out. It's warm, and it's sunny, perfect day for a Hamfest, even if it was all indoors. But yeah, I'll go ahead and we'll take a look at what we've got here in a moment. I'm going to switch over to a proper camera to do that. But yeah, this thing gave, well, both of these really kind of gave a good account of themselves. Still full charge. Although I don't know about this Canada 150. This is a pretty old battery bank that I have used the crap out of, so its power level is probably a suggestion. But yeah, went there, didn't spend all the money I brought, but I did spend a little bit more than I would have liked. But came away with a decent selection of stuff, which we will take a look at here in a moment, thanks to the magic of video editing, with a proper camera. Okay, let's start here with this thing, because this actually was the first thing I got. This is a Rain branded model GQ15 graphic equalizer. I was attracted to it because of the number of bands that it has. Now, I was told that it will need some deoxit. The contacts will need to be cleaned, and that's fine. That's basically about what I expected. Yeah, I think this switch here is a little broken. But that's alright. Take a look at the back here. The only problem with it is that, fortunately, although I don't believe for a moment that it's the original, I do have a transformer that'll work with it. In theory. It might just blow it up, but, you know, you never know. $10 for the equalizer. That's what I gave. I gave $15 for this, which is a little capacitance checker. I should probably know what brand this is, but it's not Linden's Photo Center. Well, I'm kind of surprised that a company like that would actually have something like this. Yeah, just a little capacitor checker. Nothing fancy. $15 is probably a bit much for that, but good quality test gear really just isn't cheap, so. And I thought that it was an okay deal. This is a Cherry model ML4100 keyboard. Is it great? No, not really. But it was $5, and I figured that it will come in handy in the low-end radio studio. To replace some monstrous piece of crap that I don't need to have in there. This was actually free. The funny thing is I said that I didn't have $2 on hand. I had $5, and he didn't have any change. So he said he'd hold on to it, and then changed his mind and said, you know what, just take it. So, it's a little transistor radio. I was told that it worked. I think the brand is Graymark, if I had to guess. Here's the fun one, or one of the two fun ones. This is a Leader model LGC395A pattern generator, intended for outputting to television for testing. To go along with that, well, actually, this was the first thing that I saw. And this is another piece of Leader gear. This is an LCT 910 CRT tester and rejuvenator. I have been on the lookout for one of these. I don't really intend on getting into television repair, but it's definitely an interesting thing to have around in the steeple. You see, that I did pay $15 for. I think it's well worth that price. This I gave $10 for. So I think $25 for both pieces is pretty nice. And then there's this. And folks, this fits into the category of indefensible purchases that one makes while they're at a Hamfest. All told, all the rest of this stuff, I wasn't doing too bad in the cost department, and then this just blew that right out of the water. It is what you might think it is. Yes, $80 is what they wanted for it. I personally think it's probably worth about $20. But I offered him $50 and got shot down. I ended up paying $70 for it, which is really about $20 more than I wanted to spend at an absolute maximum on something like this. But at the end of the day, when you consider the fact that on eBay they go for $200 plus, not including the shipping, even $80 really isn't that bad of a deal. So I allowed myself to go for it. He had some manuals. I didn't really pay much attention to it. I think he was selling the manuals because there were several different manuals, or maybe he had several computers, I don't know. But those are the kinds of things that I could kind of live without. They were reproductions. You could tell they were reproductions, so I didn't really care. I can, get that on my own, so. But it's pretty nice, I guess, nonetheless. And that's basically it. Like I said, I don't think I did too badly, all things considered. Just trying to think about this off the top of my head. Those two were 25. This was 5. This was nothing. So that's what, 30, 50, 60. Yeah, 130 is what we're in this for. Less the $5 for the admission. Although that's kind of interesting. Ah, yeah, there we go. 55. Yeah, I just counted it wrong. Okay. That's it for the video, though. So, some of these things will probably get a video, but others maybe not so much. This definitely will. Thank you for watching. And if you've got any comments, feel free to leave them below.